Going to be talking about how to beat the thrift store at their own game. It's getting more and more difficult to be able to source items out there, and the thrift stores are getting smarter and smarter. So it's up to us to be able to play the game on a level field and be able to take them to task and hopefully be able to come out with some profits from the thrift store. So we're going to jump right into this video. We're going to talk about a couple of things that we can do to either beat them at their game, or in the case of this first tactic, we develop a relationship with the people who run the thrift store. And I know this can be kind of a slimy tactic, and I've seen a lot of people do it, and I don't like it, mainly because if I see somebody else has a good relationship with the thrift store, I know that they're getting all of the really good deals, and old Johnny here is probably not getting the deals that he would like to get. But developing a relationship with the people that work at the thrift store or the people that run the thrift store can definitely help you out. They can tell you about tips on when new items are coming in or upcoming sales that they're going to be running, let you know ahead of time. And all of this can happen by just establishing a rapport and being kind and polite to the people that run the thrift store. I can imagine that that's not an easy job, so you definitely want to just be kind to people. That goes a long way, and maybe it'll get you in the back room. I've made my way into the back room, maybe, of a couple thrift stores by just being polite and kind to people and just asking the forbidden question. Be like, hey, what's in the back? That's pretty cool. How do you guys operate this place? Would you mind showing me around? I'm kind of interested. You get in the back and you can see what they do. You tell them what kind of a great job they're doing. Next thing you know, you're digging around and buying all the goodies for yourself so you can make money to pay your bills. The second thing that I like to do is I like to frequent my thrift stores. I go there quite often. I like to monitor the inventory that they put out regularly. I like to see what kind of merchandise that they put out. And I like to see how they rotate their stuff. Some of the thrift stores I go to, they rotate stuff regularly. And some stores only rotate stuff off the shelf if they are selling stuff. They keep everything out until it sells. And once it sells, they will put more stuff out. But if you are monitoring the inventory, you can see what's changed. You kind of know the landscape, and that helps you spot the items that they've just put out. And that's how you can probably get to a lot of these items before they're picked over, and that definitely helps. And some of the bigger thrift stores, this is a big thing that some of the places like Savers will do. They will actually have membership programs, and if you join these membership programs, they send you emails and you get like certain days where you get an extra % off. And that really comes in handy, because if Savers says, hey Johnny, we're going to give you another 20% off of this merchandise that you are going to buy on this certain day, that makes me want to go there on that day, and I buy the stuff and I make better profits. I have saved 20% off by just buying this item on this day, and it really helps when you join these membership programs to get the emails and to get those coupons and stuff like that. They can give you the edge definitely over other shoppers. And it's important to have like a strategic timing. You can visit thrift stores during off-peak hours when there are fewer shoppers, and that's something that I did at my personal thrift store. I went there over and over and over, and I kind of seen who the regulars were, kind of when those regulars were coming in. Some of these people have jobs. They can only come in at certain times, and other people don't get there until later. If you as they say, the early bird gets the worm. Unless you're the second mouse, then you get the cheese. But typically the early bird does get the worm, and you can find the more valuable items before the other resellers or regular shoppers get there and beat you to them. So that strategic timing is definitely very important. And another thing that thrift shops will do is they'll bundle stuff. Like if you can find like bundles of stuff, like they'll take bags and they'll put a bunch of toys in them, and like maybe there'll be one good toy in there and there's like many other toys that you don't want, but they've priced them at a point to where you're not sure if you can make money on all of the other toys. What I've been doing is I've been taking those bundles and putting all of them right there in that little clear tote. It's a bunch of toys, and I've been selling them on Whatnot so I can get my money out of the valuable toy. And then I bundle the other stuff, and I kind of get rid of it. And at the end of the day, if you can't make the thrift store work for you, you've got to do a little creative sourcing. You can always source beyond traditional thrift stores. You can explore all kinds of alternative sources such as garage sales. You have estate sales, auctions, online marketplaces where competition from the other resellers, it might be a little bit lower. And you can go to websites. If you want to know if there's garage sales, you can go to like the Facebook Marketplace, find your local town's like buy sell trade page or maybe their gossip page, and find where people are posting the yard sales. Estate sales, you can go to estatesales.net. That's a really good place to be able to locate all of the estate sales in your areas. Auctions would definitely be auctionzip.com, and other online marketplaces such as Craigslist and OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. Those are really good places to source. And one of the things that I always tell people to do if you're looking for a creative sourcing idea, create a flyer and hang it up at all of your local places where the old people can like congregate, like the Rural Kings and any place that has a little board with them, cork boards where you put your little pins in there. The banks typically have them. Any of your rural like feed stores and stuff like that. I put things that I buy, stick it to the board, and people call me all the time wanting me to come and pick up stuff and that they bought. So like I said, I don't know how well you are at sourcing. I know that I can definitely say that right now that thrift stores are definitely one of the absolute hardest places to go out and source from. A lot of their prices are going up, up, up. You got places like Goodwill that are selling stuff on their own website, shopgoodwill.com. I used to be able to go there and buy all kinds of really awesome stuff, even on their website. But I remember going into Goodwill years ago and finding like a Super Nintendo in the box, like on the shelf, and I was so stoked about that. I was like, oh my gosh, that was probably one of the neatest things that I ever found, was a brand new, not brand new, but it was almost brand new Super Nintendo in the box with all the paperwork, the game. It was all wrapped up, looking sexy, looking beautiful for me, laying there on the shelf. And unfortunately, you don't find that stuff anymore. It all gets taken and sent to Shop Goodwill. A lot of the stuff makes its way to the bins now. When you go to the bins, that'll probably be a separate video because there's all kinds of really cool things that you can do at the bins to be able to get things cheaper there. You don't. I'll give you a couple. One is if you like find a board game. Sometimes I'll take the pieces out of the board game because the board game pieces, like the little figures in the Monopoly, like character Monopolies or something like that, they can be worth really good money. And I have been known to open up computers and take sound cards out and different stuff like that that's worth money, but I don't want to pay for the whole computer. Some of you guys will be like, that's cool. Other people will be like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sorry if you don't like that, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you would, go down below and hit the like button, and that would be great. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. And thank you for watching. You guys have a good day, and God bless.